Hi, Andy with Apex here. Continuing in our series of the 10 steps to buying a business. If you haven't seen any of our other videos, I would encourage you to go back and watch those. In our last video, we talked about a buyer-seller meeting, and one of the things that we talked about was that the buyer-seller meeting was not the time to get into the finances or to negotiate the business sales price. Now that we're through that buyer-seller meeting, an offer to purchase, or sometimes they're called LOIs, letter of intent, an offer to purchase is really going to lay out the who, what, when, where, and how of getting the deal done. So the who, well, that's pretty easy. Who are you buying? What company are you buying? What's the name of the company? Where are they located? How is another thing that you're going to identify. So how will you structure the deal? There's going to always be the purchase price, of course, is going to be the main thing. And then does that purchase price include inventory? Or is inventory going to be above and beyond? Is there working capital going to be involved? All of these deals are structured. They're as unique to the business or unique to the buyer as every business is. So there is no hard and fast rule as far as this is going to include inventory, it will not include inventory, it does include working capital, or it doesn't. How are you going to fund the deal? Seller carry. Will you ask the seller to finance some of the deal? Oftentimes a small amount of seller carry is included in your offer. How long are you going to do that? What are the terms, the interest rate? Oftentimes if you're going to do a bank loan, you'll structure it as I'm going to make a 20% down payment with the bank, and I'm going to have a bank loan for the remaining 80%. And then some deals are just cash deals that we're not going to involve a bank. We don't need any seller financing. It's important to note that the LOI is a non-binding contractual document. There are certain things that are binding in it, confidentiality, timelines. As far as a legally binding contract, that's going to come later, and that's going to be called an asset purchase agreement. As we dive into the contingencies, there are a ton of contingencies that can be put in there. However, the most common ones are, can I obtain financing? Can I obtain a lease? Are the financials and operations as presented in the previous phases? Can we agree on an asset purchase agreement? And within that asset purchase agreement, can we agree upon the training and transition period and a non-compete? What your offer to purchase is it sets the structure, it's a foundation for the documents that will consummate your closing. So in order to structure your offer, you've got to have several components. But the main components are, what's the purchase price? How is that broken down? Are you asking for any financing from the seller? What are your contingencies? And then the other thing is timelines. So there's timelines that are involved in a LOI. How long are you going to give the seller to accept your offer or counter the offer? How long will you take to do due diligence? How long will you take to obtain financing? Those are things that you want to set timelines and parameters, because time is of the essence. You can't just leave it open-ended. Once you've got your price and terms agreed upon, then you're outlining your contingencies. Once you've got your contingencies done, you've got your offer to purchase, everything's agreed on. Everyone signs that, and then we move into what is called due diligence, which is going to be the topic of our next conversation. If you found this video helpful, share it with friends, share it with somebody that is looking at potentially buying a business in the near future. If you want to dive into this information any further, there's a couple places you can go. You can go out to our website, kcapex.com. There's tons of blogs, there's tons of information out on the site that are going to be helpful. Of course, you can always email me directly, andy@kcapex.com, or just give me a call, 913-433-2310. Until next time, thanks for watching.